Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to make barbecued baby back ribs. Stay tuned. What we're going to do first is we're going to take off that white membrane off the baby back rib. First, what we're going to do is we're going to open it. Then we're going to pour the juice down the drain. So let me take this over here to the sink. We're going to cut it open. We're going to put the juice down the drain. That way it doesn't go all over the cutting board. Drain it all out. Or should I say most of it? Because there's a lot of juice. Okay. Then we're going to come over here. Then we're going to continue opening it. And the first thing you want to do is you want to cut, of course, all this off. And my hands are clean, but let's clean them again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pat this dry. Oh, I made a mess. All over my So what we're going to do is we're going to get some paper towels and we're going to pat it dry. That way, we're going to flip it over. We're going to pat it dry. Then we're going to take off this membrane. Sometimes it's easy to do, sometimes it's not, but we're going to attempt to do it. So I'm going to get in between both of the ribs. See, and as you can see, it might come out just good. If not, we'll try this side. Let's try this side. Get it right underneath there. You have to get it the whole way under, which is being very, you can hear it crunching. There we go. Everybody see that? Now, the best way to get this off is to actually get a paper towel. And what you want to do is grab it. And if you pull, it'll pull right off of there. See? Pulls right off. Now this is the stuff you don't want to use. This is the stuff you want to get rid of. See if there's any more here I can get. Yeah, just a little bit. What is this on this side? Part of the membrane. Again, best way to do it, paper towel, grab and pull. Okay. See? Pulls right off. Voila. All right. And I'm going to start with the back side. Now the seasoning I'm going to use is my good old friend McCormick. So what you want to do is you want to put half of this on the one side. But first you're going to need oil. Olive oil. Just going to put a little bit on my hand and I'm going to rub it in. That's just going to make it stick better. Get it all over, front and back. Okay. Flip it over. I still have a lot on my hand. There you go. I'm going to wipe my hand. I'm going to wash my hand. Now, as you can see, I have an aluminum coated pan, and we're going to want to spray a little bit of cooking spray on it. Just a little bit, just so it really doesn't stick. Okay, now half of this we're going to put on this side. It's a very messy project. We're going to get it all over here. Some more. Just want to pat it dry, pat it in. This will just flavor it just a little bit. And then I have the rest for the other side. Gonna flip it over on my hand. Then I'm gonna pat the other one or put it in. Just try to get the majority on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this onto my baking pan. I'm going to put it inside down. Now the rest of this I'm going to put on the top. And that should be all. Then I'm going to pat it in. Rest on here. It's a lot of goo on your hands. So what you can do is you can take this knife and get the rest off. And then just put it on here. Let's put it there. Now these are the best baby back ribs. Okay, all we're going to do is we're going to wait for that oven to preheat, and then we're going to stick it in. So a lot of you folks have been following me on YouTube, which I appreciate. If you would like to, it'd be much appreciated if you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to come up with a lot of different cooking things that my mother had showed me, rest her soul, when I was growing up. And they've been passed down from generation to generation. And I like to go over things twice. That way, if anything is left behind, it won't be left behind. So, and then what we're going to do after the 2 hours on 350 is we're going to go ahead and put some Guy Fieri's Kansas City smoking sweet sauce on it, and then that will stay in for additional time, and I'll tell you when we pull that out. I'll show you what it looks like, and I will tell you the next steps. So stay tuned. So I stuck that in the oven, and it's going to be on 350 for 2 hours. Then we'll pull it out and I'll show you the next step. Now, a lot of you folks have known I've been trying to lose some weight, and I'm going to have a journey of how I lost weight. I'm 56 years old. I lost 30 pounds in 7 weeks, and it was fairly easy to do. So stay tuned for that, and subscribe to Cooking with Sugarwoo. And the only thing I really had to stay away from was bread, pasta, rice, and potatoes. But all else, almost all else, is fair game. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button, and then I will show you my journey. I did weigh 316 pounds. I am down to 286, and it's been 7 weeks and 1 day. So stay tuned and come along with me on my journey. So let's take a look inside. There's about 22 minutes left, and it is looking wonderful. Oh, sounds like it's done. Now we're going to pull it out. Oh, yes. Let's turn that off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to baste it with the barbecue sauce. And make sure you put a nice generous amount on, because the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the oven at 450 for 10 minutes. But you want to make sure you're basting it pretty good, because what will happen is it'll start to caramelize. So put the rest of this on here. Try to coat it the best I can. Now what we'll do is we'll put it back in. Let me see, we're going to go to 450 for 10 minutes. Oop. All right, stick it back in. For 10 minutes. Okay, it is done. All right, we're gonna pull it out. Oh, yes. Turn the oven off. Okay, it is a little charred. We put a little more barbecue sauce on it, and now we're gonna taste it. That is really good. Really spicy, really good. Enjoy. Thank you.